Hello. Thought I'd do a little video rather than typing something out. No real reason to share this information at all, just felt like talking out. So a lot of people would have seen I've pretty much completely transformed my body composition recently. I was sort of sat at 92, 94 kilograms, fat, bloated, strong as fuck, but you know, wasn't really happy, wanting to compete in strongman rather than bodybuilding for a change. Strongman's great fun, really is, and the fitness required is something else. You know, you wouldn't think it looking at those guys, you know, they're monsters, but you know, you run up and down with an 80 kilogram barrel, you know it, and it's you know, it's your lungs and your hearts that feel it before your muscles do. So that was a wake-up call. Obviously with COVID going on and practically a apocalypse, obviously competitions and whatnot got postponed, cancelled and whatnot else. The comp I was doing was the East of England Strongest Man, local regional comp, looked like fun, family day out. The strongman events really do cater for families in comparison to like bodybuilding or powerlifting. You know, they'd have like a fair and ice cream bands and all sorts of bits. Anyway, that wasn't really, you know, I don't think I was very happy with that. So I'm not going to bother with that. In fact, I have no intention of competing in anything whatsoever, because it puts a pressure on me that I struggle with at the moment, and I don't need that struggle. Shit's tough enough. I think a lot of people can relate. And I've had a lot of people recently coming up, oh, you're competing, because I'm in shape. In fact, I'm in the shape of my life, to be honest with you. I'm in really good shape. I'm not competing. That wasn't the idea of this process. The idea of this process was to become happier with my body composition and enjoy training and eating better. So the intention was to never be 100% committed to my diet, and the reason for that is because I wanted a physique that I was happy with, and I wanted to be a dad and a friend and a family man a lot more. And just sort of go, right, okay, so Saturday, Sunday we're out, you know, I'm going to eat this shit or that shit or whatever else. I'll spill over and I'll be a bit softer and a bit watery, and I can spend a couple of days getting that sorted out and then back to where I was and off I go. So there was no intention of gaining weight or no intention of getting any lower body fat, even though I'd got myself down to about 6%. So why do I need to do that? Well, I struggle quite badly with food. I like my food. I like to eat. I like to eat big as well, you know. You go to a restaurant for breakfast and order 3 pancakes and 3 bits of bacon. Fuck off. Do that 3 fucking times. Give me 9 pancakes and 9 bits of bacon, you know. Give me a man's meal. I have a sweet tooth. You know, I was a pastry chef. I love cheesecake. I like food. So being completely regimented, previously when I've dieted for a day, for a specific day. So it's all or nothing, you know, you brush your teeth with bloody Volvic mineral water because there's a potential of too much sodium in the tap water and all that crap. But you know, it was for a day, and then by the time you got to it or got to the show, you know, you splurged out and you monstered out, and you ended up spending the next 2 weeks with horrible water retention, real bad gut pains, overcompensating with cardio, try and get it back down, overcompensating with drugs and fat burners and thermogenics, and it's not ideal. And it really messes with your head. It's not a good place to be. And then you see other guys that seem to sort of brush it off. They've got no intention of competing. They're fit as a fiddle. They look fantastic. and they can go out and do this and it doesn't really affect them mentally. They just wear a hoodie or they don't give a fuck. Because the reality is, looking at somebody that's got a bit extra water on and a bit softer, 9 times out of 10 people won't even notice unless they've got a trained eye. Like, I'll notice it. I'm a trained bodybuilding judge, you know. I've trained my eyes to look for that. But anyway, so I struggle with that really badly. And I overcompensate. You know, one thing, you know, I'll have a normal regime where I get up in the morning, I'll do 40 minutes cardio, I have my food throughout the day, I train in the early evening, then I eat in the evening, and, you know, that's all fine and good. But when it goes off the rails, I'll overcompensate. Next thing I know, I'm doing an hour's cardio in the morning and 45 minutes cardio after training, and I'm killing myself. My legs hurt, my head's all over the place, my body's fluctuating massively. And it makes the situation worse. It really, really does. And I say to myself again and again and again, it makes it worse. And the best thing you can do is just go, right, that's done with, back to my normal regime, and in a few days it will be back to where it was. If you are training consistently, burning a certain amount of calories per day, whether that be from your normal steps or any RDs, plus whatever extra you put in, then, you know, you're not going to put on fat unless you're eating stupidly or not training hard enough. That happens a lot. I've got a few people at the moment that I'm helping out, and when they don't lose weight, the reason isn't because they've not been consistent with their diet. It's because they're training shit. You know, it's like, oh, I pulled a 250 kilo deadlift. Amazing, but you did 1 rep on that, and then it killed you for the rest of your training session, and you trained like a fanny for the rest of it. You know, your cardio, you walk in at pace 5, your heart rate's at 90, and you expect miracles. Fucking up your game, you know. Get your heart rate on 120, 125, 130 to be burning calories. Anyway, so this is the scenario here. It does, going back to that, it affects you. So then the reality is, you're not going to put on fat if you're training right and you're eating right, and it's like a drop in the ocean, you know. Yes, you'll get a bit of water retention. The fluctuations on the scales can be horrendous, 2-3 kilos sometimes. It's like, oh, I ate 2 slices of bread and I put on 2 kilos of weight. You didn't put on 2 kilos of weight. Your body's retained water, and it's made you look a bit softer. The stomach bloat, the distension, the issue that comes with it when you're having foods that you're not entirely used to all the time, is fucking horrible. You know, you walk around like you're pregnant. It's horrendous, like a ninja turtle, your abs poking out of a big belly. So this is what I've been trying to combat, and it's so hard. I have had so many meltdowns over the past 6 weeks of doing this maintenance phase. So I dieted down for 6 weeks. I'm known for being able to drop fat fast. So I dieted for 6 weeks, and then I've maintained dieted for the last 6 weeks, 5 weeks even. And I've had loads of splurges and loads of setbacks and loads of wobbles and loads of fuck ups, and it pisses you off. And it gets worse as well, because as your stress levels go up, you hold more water, you make it 10 times worse, and then you're going to go jump on a cardio machine for an hour and a half and put your body through more stress. It's shit. But that's the reality, and it's learning how to overcome that, and I think that's the biggest challenge. I mean, I'm nowhere near where I need to be. It's going to take a very, very long time. We got Christmas coming up. I've got a birthday in 2 weeks' time. You know, I'm going to have a cheat meal this weekend because I promised that I would. Last night I overate. I woke up, I was ravenous. I mean, hungry, and there was nothing available to eat. I had enough chicken cooked, but for my meals today, and no time this morning to cook more. So I ended up eating shit, like 2 bowls of shreddies, or a bowl of shreddies and a bowl of Cheerios and slices of bread and some Rice Krispie treats. So this morning I got up. Oh my God, the distension on my stomach and the bloat and the swelling. So that's been a big problem recently. So much so that I've started taking some IBS relief just to try and ease that off. Had some problems passing. I'd go 3, 4, 5 days without passing. You know, I've had to start using some Senna and re-look back at my diet for that. I think the problem is, I mean, my friend Yannick is a nutritional expert. You know, he's actually qualified to give you diet plans. Did you know that? Your coach has given you a diet plan. Unless they are a certified nutritionist, they are not allowed to do that. But anyway, people do. Anyway, Yannick is, and he knows his shit. And he actually gave me, sent me a link to a lecture, a very, very interesting lecture. It was about the amount of fiber. And that we often overdo fiber because we're told constantly we need more fiber in our diet to keep us regular. And the reality is that too much diet can do the opposite thing. And there's a lot of things like too much coffee, too much dairy. So if you're having 4 scoops of whey protein a day and wondering why you can't take a shit, that's probably a big factor. My thing, I think, is water. I'm not drinking enough. So I thought I was drinking about 4.5 litres a day. I wasn't. Drinking 1.5 if I was lucky. So I've upped that, pulled out the old jug thing, you know. This one doesn't have 5% on it. This was just one I got off of Ken at Atlas. So it's yellow, not because of weed in it, because I've got vitamin C in it. So I think that is, so I'm going to trial that and try and be a bit more consistent and not kill myself either. If, you know, if I want to have a sandwich, I'm going to have a fucking sandwich. And, you know, if I feel bad about it afterwards, then I'll punish myself a bit later, I guess. But, you know, it's all part of the process. But, yeah, this video was about me sort of airing out some information. And just giving an update and really try and get people to stop telling me to compete. I don't want to compete anymore. I love bodybuilding. I'm not a big fan of where bodybuilding's gone and what it has become. There's a lot of bitchiness about, and I don't think the internet's helped bodybuilding in a huge way. We have so many bodybuilding gurus and nutrition gurus that don't know their arsehole from their earhole. You know, it's just insane. You get a lot of body transformations on stage, not bodybuilders, like competitive bodybuilders. So, you know, they've done phenomenal, they've done fantastic, but they haven't got years and years of hard-earned muscle. And what you end up with is a dieting competition, not a bodybuilding competition. And judges don't want to see a depleted, scrawny physique on stage. It's a bodybuilding show. You're showing muscle, shape, aesthetic. You know, when you're judged, you're looking at mass, you're looking at condition, you're looking at balance, and you're looking at symmetry. Now, shape and symmetry. Now, shape, obviously, an aesthetically pleasing shape, that what often people call the classic look, although that doesn't actually relate to classic class. A classic class is a height to weight ratio to keep an even ilk on the stage in terms of size. So, shape is more of a factor, but it's not the criteria. So shape is part of the criteria. So, you know, you've got that sort of X-frame, hourglass looking shape, full hard muscle. You know, depleted muscle looks shite. It looks dieted and depleted. You know, you shouldn't be doing cardio the last couple of weeks. You should be training fucking hard and filling out, you know, is the reality. You look at the old school guys like Dorian Yates and whatnot, when they came on with that grainy muscle, they wasn't coming on with grainy muscle because they did, you know, a 24-hour water load or they try to peak week, you know, it's my peak week. Mate, I'll tell you this now, if you've got to rely on that final week to step on stage, you're not ready. That's it. It's as simple as that. You should be ready well before that and be able to eat into the show, because food will make you harder and grainier. Anyway, so yeah, we get a lot of that. These sort of body transformers. This is why I like the Masters a lot, because it's years earned muscle, really hard, grainy, earned muscle as well. But for me, as much as I love it, it won't be happening. I don't think. I mean, the reality is where I am at the moment. If I wanted to, I could go, right, okay, I could be on stage in 4 weeks. I just don't want to. I don't want the pressure that it puts on your family. I don't want the pressure it puts on me or my job. You know, I've lost jobs. I've crashed cars. I've nearly lost my marriage. I've put my kids under strain. And for what? £5 trophy and a tub of protein powder. Get the fuck. You know, that's not to say, like I said, I love bodybuilding and I will judge when I'm asked to judge still. I'm very good at that. And I do help people out. I don't coach people, but I will help them. You know, I don't charge people. As I've said before, it's illegal. You know, I am not a certified nutritionist. End of. So anyway, that's me wrapping up. Today I'm having quite a good day. I got up this morning, did my cardio. Obviously I had a splurge last night. I knew I'd be a bit heavier, but I feel a bit tighter now. Yeah, I've also got a new product as well from SNC Supplements called No More Hunger. It's effectively an appetite suppressant. So the idea is when people have like a fat burner in the morning, like a T5 or ephedrine or something like that, they'll then go and do their cardio and whatnot else, and then you would take the No More Hunger with your evening meal. And you know what happens in the evening is when you stop, you naturally just sort of look for something to do, or look something to eat, or nibble or graze or whatever else, and that's when it all goes out to shit. So this should help to stop that. So I'm going to give that a go, see what that's like. If it's good, I'll give it a thumbs up. If it's not, I'll tell you. I'd imagine it's going to be good though. Mark from SNC knows what he's doing. And the product sounds great. The ingredients on it are phenomenal. It should help you sleep as well. It's got 5-HTP in it, alpha lipoic acid, all the bits to help manage your glucose levels. So yeah, that should be good. So yeah, that's where we are. Mental game's still on. Lots of work to do up top. But still enjoying training, still getting that through. Pretty much listen to all of YouTube with cardio now. So I've just subscribed to Apple Music, but no, really cool stuff. So anyway, if you did bother to listen to all of this, thank you very much. If you didn't, fuck you. Yeah, just realised this is 18 minutes long, but of me waffling pure bollocks. So have a lovely weekend, everybody. Take care.